We're less than a month away from the start of the Atlantic hurricane season. This, as many areas are still in the early stages of recovery from last year. In western North Carolina, Hurricane Helene left behind apocalyptic damage. And the premier outdoor guide service, North Carolina Outdoor Adventures, was not spared. You're seeing that right there. Before and after images on your screen. The Adventure Center is now open, and their team is working to inform visitors about what to expect post-Helene. And joining us now is the owner of North Carolina Outdoor Adventures, Christy Thrift. Christy, thank you for being here. We know the last thing you want to hear about is that we're approaching another hurricane season. What has this recovery been like for you and your business? Some of the biggest challenges that you faced since Helene?
It has been a constant, everyday change, everyday difference. Something's always different. It's constant in disaster living. It's a never-ending cycle, and this recovery is going to take years and years.
Yeah, it was lives lost, homes lost, and livelihoods lost. A lot of people's jobs at all of these local businesses. Can you walk us through what that was like initially, and how have things improved? Because I know messaging is a lot of the issue, trying to get folks back out. I mean, you live in one of the most beautiful places in this country, and that's why tourism is such a big deal. But this was such a hard hit last year.
Yes, it absolutely was. You know, our landscape has changed, and so have we. We've been forced to. And you know, I have to say, this storm hit a place that is super resilient and some hardworking mountain people. And we're working really hard to get everything back to a new normal, because everything is going to be a bit different for quite some time. But as long as we all band together and keep volunteering and keeping this area present, I think we can come a long way in less time.
In your area, how much of the damage has been repaired? I mean, I know the infrastructure was such a huge problem because of how widespread the damage was. How much is still being worked on?
Actually, a lot has been accomplished in my mind in a very small amount of time. I mean, when you think about the railroad damage, all the tracks have been removed from the river. The railroad's gotten that out. The bridge, we just got a new bridge. It's made of 6 railroad cars that have been welded together and then were fitted with guardrails, that they had the electricity back out here. We were without electricity for a month. My neighbor was out for 3 months. Some people were out for the last 6 months, but everybody has power and water now, and temporary bridges like we have. And there's a lot that's going on. I would say if you look at the number of dump trucks that were here in the beginning, like the thousands to a few hundred a day, that's a big show of improvement.
Yeah.
The debris piles are getting picked up. There's still road closures. The parkway is still closed. That highly impacts our area. The parkway alone brings in, about 25% of everyone up here's income for a small business. And then you're looking at already starting a 25% loss. So that's 50% of our income in a very rural, beautiful area that needs people to return.
Yes, it's huge to get those people back. And I did want to ask you about your business, for your employees. What kind of support or fundraising have you received? And do you feel like you're over the hump moving into this summer, like you've made it at this point, and this is going to be a continued recovery?
We have gotten over the hump. For us, as far as fundraising goes, we were miraculously able to, as a small business, raise in the first 48 hours that I could get cell service, because we were completely cut off by road, by air. I mean, well, not by air, but by road. And when I finally got service, I had a friend start a GoFundMe, and within the first 48 hours, we raised $60,000. And then a YouTuber showed up one day after I had gone to check on friends that I didn't know were alive, and I had gotten a couple airlifted out down our road that had dementia. And finally, this YouTuber came by and like we raised $270,000,
Wow.
and we've been able to give away $139,000 to 30 families in Mitchell County, in the north end of Mitchell County, and in the Green Mountain area. And these were people that lost homes and people that lost homes and businesses. So we've given away about $179,000, and then we're using the remaining money to help restore the river and to help do ongoing community events. And it's also helping us kind of get our staff through, because we are creating a nonprofit, and so that creates a little more work for folks when we don't have quite as much foot traffic in here. But it's also going to create an ongoing effort, and which is so important, because this is going to be a years and years effort anyway. So to have something that can be consistent and with the fundraising, I think we will be able to do that.
No question.
In our area, and I think it's important.
Christy, that is a job well done right there to you and your team. And it's stories like that that give you the faith that all of this is going to continue to go in the direction that it needs to. The need is so great. And people continue to answer the call. So we are wishing you a continued recovery, a wonderful summer season ahead. And folks do need to get back out there and enjoy one of the most beautiful places.
It's turning green.
Yep.
It's turning green.
It's green. It's greening up quickly. That's Christy Thrift with North Carolina Outdoor Adventures. Thanks for being here with us on Fox Weather. Up against the hour, that's going to do it for this hour of Fox Weather Now. Don't forget to download the Fox Weather app to stay up to date with the latest forecast. We'll be right back.